Welcome to Happy Hour with Haley. I'm Haley Chura, joined once again by Jocelyn, the Wong star, Neil. Jocelyn, so good to have you back on the show.
Hi, Haley. I changed into my JFK 50 shirt in honor of your first 50 miler.
Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness, that was so kind of you. I did not quite get that at first. I was like, JFK in honor of me. Um, I did run 50 miles last week. Thank you for listening to the show. I did not post a reel last week because I was like, I felt there was too much of a risk of me posting something really negative that lived on the internet forever, but I might post something before this one airs.
You
I feel like
should.
I
It
should do
sounds
something.
epic. I can't believe you did that with you did it basically solo and with whatever. I'm also surprised they didn't have the aid stations that have all kinds of really delicious peanut M&Ms, and a lot of the ultras I've done have
They might have. Maybe I just wasn't
burgers
there
and
at the right time of
pancakes and
day.
bacon.
I think I needed to go I think if I had done like the 48-hour race, I probably could have gotten to like the pancake station, but if you only like run around midday, you kind of get more midday foods, and I'm just not a lunch person. But okay, you've run. What's the furthest you've ever run?
Oh, I did do a 100K was my first one, and, that was when me and my husband had just started dating too, so I think we'd been dating, 4 or 5 months, and I was like, "Hey, do you wanna go to the Outer Banks with me?" And it was, to do an ultra.
Did he run as well? And you both
No,
ran
no, he was,
100K?
the support guy. He was, the support guy in
Oh.
the car. No, no, he's not active like that. But
But what did you think? Did you do it? Did you do the whole 100K?
yeah. Well, so it doesn't exist anymore. It was called the Graveyard 100, and it was there was a 100K and a 100-mile option. But the wild thing is that there was a huge storm maybe a few days before. So it was supposed to go I think Kitty Hawk to Hatteras. And if people are familiar with the Outer Banks, that area can get flooded. So Hatteras was supposed to be the finish line, which is where our hotels were booked. And the day before, they were like, "We have to change the course." And for anyone that does Ironman,
Whoa.
you're just like, "What do you mean they're changing the course?" Nobody could cross the bridge into the more southern end of the Outer Banks. And so we had to call to cancel the hotel, and I guess they're used to it because they were like, "Okay," like it was normal.
They're like,
And then we
"Okay,
had
I
to
guess."
basically scramble to find, new hotels at, the new finish line, and it was kinda nuts.
But you did it. You ran a 100K, which is 62 miles. Is that right?
Yes, yes.
So you on the show, Happy Hour with Haley, I think you have run the longest. You've run the furthest of anyone who has co-hosted this show.
But you might end up doing 100, right?
Do you think I can do it? I don't. And if anyone listened to last week, which I recorded that one day after attempting to run a long time, and I think 50 was my max.
But you didn't even, have proper nutrition.
I know.
And
I
you
know
didn't have a
better.
support crew. We would totally I know you said
I
you
need to date someone for 5 months.
This
That's
is the
the
year.
key.
This is supposed to be your year.
But I was supposed to meet someone at the library, not for the
But
100
wait,
miler.
have you gone to the library yet?
I haven't.
See,
I've
that's why you haven't met him yet.
I know. He's just sitting there waiting. But he's going to have to wait a couple more weeks because I am headed to New Zealand tomorrow for Ironman New Zealand to spectate, cheer, and commentate. And that is going to be a big theme of our show this week, Ironman New Zealand. But you also challenged me this week to make an actual drink.
We're gonna
We are
make it
becoming
together.
we're going to make
Yes.
it together. Yes. And okay, tell everyone what we're making and why we're making
Okay.
this.
So we're making today, it's gonna be like a cooking show. So today on the show, we are gonna learn together, including the listeners, how to make a Moscow Mule. And
Moscow Mules, did you know they're like probably my favorite cocktail.
I love them too. I did not know that you love them also, but I didn't realize how easy they are to make. So there's only 3 ingredients. It's ginger beer, vodka, and lime juice. Ideally with
I love an
fresh lime.
easy recipe. Okay, so uh what goes first?
Okay, do you have your ice?
I do. Guess what?
Yay!
I have it in a bag because I don't actually have an ice maker. I had to take some from my parents' house. So my mom
I
gave
am
me
shocked
some ice in a
you don't
bag.
have an ice maker. Yeah, you said you need to connect the line to the ice maker in the fridge.
I got a new refrigerator 10 years ago, and there were some issues with the delivery. I had to go get it myself, install it myself, and that part seemed like too much. I just couldn't do
Mhm.
it. So this is why I'm gonna go to the library. I'm gonna look in the section on like refrigerators and then have refrigerator repair, and I'm gonna
As
learn
if
about
you can't just
refrigerators.
look it up on YouTube.
Chat GPT or something. I know that's probably a better thing, but I'm gonna figure out how to do it. But I have never in 10 years, I've never quite had time. That was gonna be one of the activities I was gonna do when I retired, but instead I have filled my life with many other things. But
Work.
luckily my parents live nearby and they have an ice maker
You got ice.
and
Okay, so
I have
first put
ice.
the ice in your glass. I have crushed ice
Oh, you're so
in my
fancy.
refrigerator ice maker. So,
We want like a lot of ice, right?
I don't know, I did half, but
Oh, do you think
it
this is too much ice?
it depends how strong you want your drink. Okay.
Okay.
And then next, what vodka did you get? Did you get the little cute baby
I
vodkas?
still had the same baby vodka. This was from our last show when I ran to the liquor store. I bought a couple. You know, if you're gonna run to the liquor store, I wasn't
Yay!
gonna just buy one. So I have a spare.
Amazing.
So we're
Okay.
doing our tiny liquor bottles.
Yeah, so pour that
Pour
in.
that on the ice.
Uh-huh, pour it on the ice.
It's okay to do this without we don't need like shaker or anything.
Do you have a little straw or like a utensil you can stir with?
Can I use my
Your
my
bottle
skeleton
opener,
bottle
sure.
opener? Okay.
Okay, and then the lime. Wait, did you cut
Then the
your lime
lime.
already?
Okay, I have a
Okay,
lime.
so
Look at this.
I
I have a lime and a lime juicer.
like a
Look at how
squisher?
prepared I am.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
I
who would have
only
guessed
have
I
I
had some
tried
of these culinary utensils on hand?
I'm sad because I have just this lime juice. Like, I
I
couldn't
can't
get
believe I'm
fresh
fancier
lime.
than you.
You're fancier. I know. There was lemons, and I was like, "No, it can't be lemons." So, the lime juice bottle says, I actually looked up all the conversions. It says 2 tablespoons of lime juice equals the juice of 1 medium lime, and we
Oh, so
only
the
need
whole
half a
lime.
lime.
Oh,
No,
you
half
only
a
need
lime.
half a lime? Okay, I just
Yeah.
did half. I did half
Okay.
before you actually told me the things. I was gonna do a whole lime. Oh my, I will
Okay.
say I do love like how everything
I
smells right now.
yeah, I even have a tablespoon.
You're so precise. I love it. You are definitely a woman in STEM.
I have a chemistry degree.
You're
I
putting
don't
it to
use
good
it except
work.
for making drinks. Okay, and then ginger beer.
What do you have? Oh, I
I
have this
have
Reed's. I went with
ooh, yours
Reed's
is in a so you have
craft
a
ginger
glass
beer.
bottle. I have, it's the brand is Q Mixers, premium ginger beer, and it comes in this cute little, 7.5 ounce can.
So just the rest of it, you fill it up.
Uh-huh, and then
All
we
right.
pour. See, I feel like this is the first happy hour with Haley where we are teaching people how to make drinks.
This looks great. Oh, I have a little
Did
slice
you
of
swirl
mine.
it?
Oh no. I will swirl it.
And I have so I didn't have a copper mug either. So
That is the one thing I'm
metal
missing.
I have this metal
Oh.
thermos that says University of Delaware Physical Therapy because that's where I am an affiliate faculty person.
So you're representing so well. I just have this class today. Next time when we do this, or when we're learning more and I'm doing a little bit better, I'm going to have a copper mug because I love Moscow Mule
Okay,
and a copper
we'll do
mug.
it
So
again, and I'll have
yes,
fresh
but
lime.
perfect.
Cheers!
Cheers. Mm,
Ooh, that's pretty good.
yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad for a first
Okay,
attempt.
mhm.
Again, this is a drink that I normally would pay someone quite a bit of money to make for me. So it's nice to know
And
that maybe
see,
I
now you
can.
know how to make it yourself, and yours looks
Mm-hmm.
fancier because you have, like, the little lime
This
garnish.
I was so proud of myself for slicing that and not cutting myself in that process. So there's no blood, there's no stitches. I have a really fancy drink. Cheers. This is a wonderful happy hour. And now
Yay!
we can chat about Ironman New Zealand. Have you had a chance to look at
Okay.
the start list? We're going to focus on the women's race. I'm hopefully going to be part of the commentary team. I feel like there's a chance I will be on camera. Because the words that were used were like, since you will be reporting throughout the day. Like,
Oh,
I'm like, wait. So like throughout the day. So that means beyond just the swim, right? That's how I'm taking it.
yes, that's how I hear it too, and that sounds awesome. I mean, you're gonna be there. Like, you're paying your own way there because 'cause you're gonna be
I
there
am.
anyway. So,
Yes. They might as well use me. I'm a
they might
prolific
as well use
talker.
you.
I've raced an Ironman somewhat recently. and um and I'm very, very excited about this. So the race is happening on Saturday morning in New Zealand. So I think the pros start at 7:45 a.m. The age groupers start at 8 a.m. Quite, a very luxurious, like
That's pretty
civilized start
late.
time. Yes.
Nice. Yeah.
This is one of the last races that has a mass start, or I think it is the last Ironman race that has a mass start for the age groupers. So
Oh.
the pros get a little bit of a
Mhm.
head start. The age groupers have a mass start at 8 a.m. And that is 1:45 p.m. Eastern time, Friday for you.
Yes.
So
I'll be at work, so that means I can turn on my second screen, and I can see how you're doing if they're gonna have you on air or on camera or both.
I know.
So
And maybe
exciting.
like it's on YouTube, it's on the Ironman website, it's on YouTube, it's on Outside Watch, I believe, in the United States. And so, yeah, you got to turn your comments on YouTube and be like, Haley's doing great. Or
Yes.
we want more Haley. No, just kidding. Focus on the
I
athletes.
no, I'll do it. I'm, like, gonna watch the broadcast just for you.
No, I'm kidding. That was a joke. That was definitely meant as a joke. Watch for the athletes. Don't watch for the
Oh, come
commentators. But
on. No, there's always people always comment on the commentators, like, oh, like, when there's, like, Rinny's doing a great job, like, she should be here more often, that kinda stuff. So,
I do believe Brittany will be on this commentary team. I'm not totally sure on all the details. Like, thankfully, that is not
mhm,
my job right now, having all the details. But I have a contact of someone I'm supposed to get in touch with when I'm there, and I have a lot of studying to do. I'm going to like make flashcards of the plane. I have like so many plans to just like really study, and I also know what it's like to do the first Ironman of the year, as an athlete, and how
mhm,
you're thinking all these race scenarios, but then also like it's the first race of the year. You don't know like who took an off season and is
sure,
just kind of racing their way into the year, who is living in the southern hemisphere is coming off summer and they're doing great. So I think these
mhm.
first races are always really exciting because they don't usually go how you think they will. I mean, Ironman never goes how you think it will
Well,
for, but
it's a pro series race, which last year it was not a pro series race, so defending
right.
champion Regan H.
Regan Holyoke
Yeah,
is the defending champion. So we'll focus on the women's side.
mhm,
She's wearing women's bib number 1. And like you said, last year this race was do we call them normal Ironmans now? So a non-pro series Ironman. And that's why this
mhm,
year they changed the Ironman Pro Series. So that's the series of races that have more prize money and they also have points.
yes,
And at the end of the year, they will calculate the standings of those points and they take your 5 best races, which 3 of those can be full Ironmans. And if you rank in the top 50, you get a bonus, which is really nice. I got to race in the Pro Series last year, and that's the only season I have done it, and I wish it had existed like 12 years ago because especially
Sure.
you would have crushed it. You race so much. It
I
really,
raced,
if you can
like,
handle
all the
racing like
Ironmans.
if you can race a whole bunch of Ironmans, if you can handle racing 3 Ironmans in a year, it's a great earning opportunity.
Yeah. Um, I would have been a great Instagram influencer as well, but
You would have. I know, Jocelyn, I do feel like you are ahead of your time in everything. Racing multiple Ironmans, racing in costume. But the money is good. I think the final
yeah,
payout is $1.7 million. So,
that's
um,
wild.
like it's $200,000 for first place, right? First place in the series. The top 10 are
Mhm.
4 digits at least, so it's good money. And
Yeah.
this actual Ironman New Zealand race also has prize money. I think it's a $125,000 prize purse. So first place is getting $18,000. It pays down to 10th place. I think 10th place gets $1,500. So still
Okay.
solid money. It's definitely it's a hard sport. It's a very hard sport, but
Uh-huh.
the earning opportunities are there. And
Okay,
we
so
do
right
have
now there's 21 women on the start list, so you basically would get money like 50-50 chance.
I mean, I don't know if that's quite how the odds work.
The odds don't work like
It's
that.
they don't just like throw the like dice and they're like, okay, you guys get paid and you guys don't.
Oh, and there's
But
also 4 Kona slots. So I know that a bunch of these women are targeting just trying to get that Kona slot so then they don't have to kind of like how you got yours early last year, right?
yes, I
Then
got
you
one
don't
at
have to worry
Ironman
about getting it.
Texas. Was
Mhm.
very lucky. I think the only women on that start list, the 21 women on the start list, and only 2 of them have Kona slots, which I think is Danielle Lewis, who got a slot
Mhm.
in Cozumel, and Lotta Vilms, who got a slot at Ironman Western Australia. So everyone else, yeah, is competing for those four Kona slots, and it's it's a long way away too for most people. Aside from people who live in New Zealand and Australia, it's a long way to travel all the way to New Zealand. I'm quite nervous about this flight I have coming up,
How long's
and
your flight?
I don't want to know. I think it's like 12,
Oh.
13 hours. It's longer than I ran last weekend, and that scares me because that is about how much I have in life right now is 7 hours and 20 minutes of
Wait, where do
effort.
you fly through? Like, is there airport in
LA.
Bozeman? Okay, Bozeman to LA?
We have a nice airport. Jocelyn, you need to come visit. We
Okay.
have a very nice airport. And I'm flying Bozeman to LA and then LA to Auckland and then
Oh,
Auckland to Topah. So
wow.
it's that LA to Auckland one that is a little bit, trying to hopefully it'll be okay. I have a lot of I have flashcards. I need to sleep. I might actually bring a book. I've been doing not a good job of reading, and so
When do
I
you
would
go?
when
When do you leave?
I leave Bozeman at 1 p.m. tomorrow, Sunday, and then I
Oh,
will.
tomorrow. When
Yeah,
does the library open? You gotta get a book from the library and meet your guy.
this is a good idea. It probably. I mean, I think I don't. This is like again. This is one of my problems. I don't know the library's hours. This is this is clearly why I'm single. The only reason is just like I just haven't made it to the library. The library is in walking distance from my house. I ran by it today. I
There you
ran by
go.
it. So
Mhm.
I have no excuses except that I'm going to New Zealand. But yes, I leave at 1 p.m. tomorrow. I think the flight from LA to Auckland is at 9 p.m. and then we arrive on Tuesday. So I leave Sunday night at 9 p.m. and I arrive on Tuesday morning.
When does
Lose a
this
day of my
podcast get
life.
edited?
That's a good question. Don't worry, you're going too behind the scenes, Jocelyn. You're going too behind the scenes. You are discovering the secret to my life is there is no sleep happening ever.
Oh my god.
So, because that's what I thought I would get more of in retirement, and then I went the total opposite direction. But don't worry, it's gonna be out there
Yeah.
when you wake up Tuesday morning. There will be a podcast in the ether. There may not be a reel because I feel like those I've just like last week I slacked on that. But if you have a good photo, we could always post that instead.
Okay.
But I am excited. I am excited about the trip. I'm excited to visit New Zealand. I've never been there. Did you ever race in New Zealand?
No, I'm kinda sad I hadn't. I'd raced in Asia and Europe, but I didn't get to hit up all the continents.
Have you ever traveled there on a just
No.
vacation? Are you a
No.
person that goes on vacation?
Gosh, not anymore these days, but, I mean, when I was racing as a pro, before I got my pro license and got onto that pro team, I had never used my passport. So I
That's
only
right.
traveled, like, out of the country, like, to do Ironmans and triathlon training, and, I mean, I I would like to travel more, but, you know, we're waiting for, like, daycare to be done, so we don't have to pay for that anymore.
I understand. I fully I mean, I don't completely understand, but I am not this I don't I this is gonna sound so bad because I feel like all I do is go on trips and I talk about that to most everyone, but it is similar to you. I don't have, like, a lot of wanderlust. I think triathlon has gotten me to travel a lot.
Uh-huh.
Sports have gotten me to travel, and because of that, I do think I'm a better person, which is, like, a broad big statement than I
Yeah.
but that's comparing to me before. So, like, the person I would have been without triathlon, without sports, without the travel and the
Mhm.
experiences and even the struggles that that has brought into my life, I do think I'm a better person. I think I have a little bit more knowledge of the world, a little bit more empathy. I I feel like I've been put in challenging situations and then had to, like, figure it out, especially if you don't speak the language, or there's just cultural differences. I have also realized that there are certain cultures that were very different than I expected based off of just what I knew from the media or from social media, and then you get there and I'm like, "This was very different." And I've also
Mhm.
found really, really nice and helpful people all over the world, and that has made me want to be nicer to tourists in Bozeman because I've been a
Okay.
tourist in so many different places that you're lost and you don't know what to do, or you're trying to get
Yeah.
food, or you're trying to get around, and some kind person helped me out and I'm like,
Mhm.
I need to be that person in Bozeman. When I see a tourist, I can be like, "Hey, do you need help? Do you need directions? I know where the library
Yes.
is."
Even though you haven't been. I mean, I wish like, I would love to travel more. Like, I had such a blast, like, using my passport, going everywhere, like, meeting people from different countries. One of the problems is I married somebody that's 6'9", so he just doesn't fit on airplanes very well. And then so if he does fly, he it's mandatory that we have to upgrade his seats. So when you go business class or first class, it costs, like, at least twice as much. So then you're paying for,
Mhm.
like, basically 3 people instead of 2, and now we have a kid, so then you're paying for, like, 4 people instead of 3. So it's it just all adds up, but
There's
yeah,
a lot of cool things in your general vicinity, though. You can get to the
yes,
Outer Banks. Look at that. Like,
that's true.
it's pretty cool. Who needs New Zealand? No, I am excited. I've never been to New Zealand. I think this will be a good opportunity. I I always feel so stressed before I travel. I
Mhm.
feel like packing is hard. Even right now, I'm not packing a bike. But I'm like, "Why is it still so hard?" And it's just a big trip, and I think but then I'm also like, "Okay, this is gonna be a wonderful opportunity, and if I need to buy another sweater, I'll buy another sweater." That's the one nice thing about my, new job and having a little bit more financial
That's
flexibility.
right, and plus, they're known for sheep, and so you're gonna get, like, a really nice wool sweater from the sheep of New Zealand.
I hope so. I hope so. I'm looking forward to it. I think it will be a good experience, and this was a place that I always wanted to race. New
Mhm.
Zealand was on my bucket list as a place I wanted to race before I retired. I did not make it there. I really wanted to do Challenge Wanaka, and
Yeah.
this year they did just have a pro race. They had a pro race. It was 2 weekends ago. Tamara Jewett took that win ahead of Rebecca Clark and Gabby Lumkis, who are all three racing Ironman New Zealand. And
Oh.
that just looks like such a beautiful place. And I really wanted to race there. I never got to race there, but I feel kind of cool that I get to go in a different respect. I get to go as a coach, as a fan of the sport, on the broadcast team, and I think that that's kind of neat too, which is probably a good life lesson as well that
Mhm.
if you don't accomplish everything you set out to accomplish, maybe there's still more and there's other ways you can go about it.
You're gonna have so much more fun than actually doing the Ironman.
Yes, one of our listeners and our good friend Betty Janelle, she asked me that. She was like, "Haley, it's going to be probably really hard for you being there. This is the first Ironman that you've been at that you weren't racing." And I was like, "Oh, it is not going to be hard for I mean, this is maybe she's right and I'm wrong. I haven't been there yet. Maybe I'll have a bunch of feelings that come up, but I have not done the work. I have not done the work to
Yeah.
train for an Ironman. And there are I mean, there's probably worse things in life, but I also know that it is not fun to do an Ironman if you have not trained for it. Like
No,
that's
I've
probably
definitely
way
done
worse
that.
than you have done it?
I've done races, yeah, I've done Ironmans without, like, being, like, trained as well as I could have been or should have been,
How
and
did it go?
it's harder. I mean, it's what they say, it's like, when you are fit, it doesn't get easier, you just go faster, right?
Mhm.
So, it's always hard, but it's, like, extra miserable when you're, like, not feeling great or not in shape or,
Yes. I mean, even
haven't
Ironman
trained.
Texas last April, I was coming off being injured over the winter
Mhm.
and I did not feel fully ready. And that one I was very nervous about. And just because as you're racing as a pro, you're going really hard. Like you're going as hard as you
Mhm.
can. And it is a lot more fun if you're in the race, but it's also just fun being fit enough, especially bike fit enough to ride
Yeah.
112 miles and still not be so tired that you can't run a marathon after that. And I think that I'm nowhere near that right now. So no, there is no me missing being there. I love the idea of being on a part of the event, but in a different
Mhm.
way. I think I'm very excited about that. So I don't anticipate that being I don't anticipate feeling a lot of FOMO for those people on the course. I'll be I'll be having happy hour every day pre-race.
You can have
But
Moscow Mules there.
I know, I'll check out the Moscow Mules in New Zealand. I think wine. Wine's a big thing in New Zealand, so might have to get
Okay.
into that. But okay, looking at this start list, are you
Mhm.
picking Regan for the win?
No,
Defending champion.
my personal bias is to the other well-known Jocelyn in our sport. Jocelyn McCauley, woo!
Are you always someone who likes someone who shares your first name?
Well, because there's not that many Jocelyns out there. So,
Really? Is it like a
yeah,
not very common name?
it's not that common of a name, no. So, yeah, we cheer
So you're
each other
picking
on.
Jocelyn McCauley, American. You're picking her for
Uh-huh.
the win. She has won in New Zealand previously.
I think she has won, like, 3 times in the past. So, I know she just had surgery somewhat recently and is coming back from that,
But
but
she finished
yeah.
top 10 in Kona last year. I think she was 7th in
Yeah.
Kona last year. So she came off. So she obviously recovered from that surgery really well.
Mhm.
Great Kona. And someone who maybe is flying a little under the radar. I think the biggest name on the start list, Kat Matthews,
Yes.
the runner up at the Ironman World Championship last year in Hawaii
By seconds.
by 35 seconds. She
Yes.
ran a 2:47 in Kona last year.
Mhm.
Like, on a very hot day. Very, very hot day. I was there, and it was very hot, and she ran at 2:47, and I mean, it hasn't been that long since Kona, and so I think this will be exciting to see Kat again so soon. I think that, she was the Pro Series winner, so she did make that big paycheck last year at the end of the year, and I'm assuming she's going for it again this year.
Now does she
She's
have
doing a good
to
job.
get a Kona slot,
Yeah,
or does she
she
just have to
does.
validate? Because
No, she has to
that's
get the
only
Kona
for past
slot.
champions, right?
Yes, they changed the rules on that basically every year, I feel like. But
Yeah.
now the current rule, I think the only person in this race, Christian Blumenfeld, who is racing the men's field because he
Mhm.
won St. George, so Kona 2021, which was in St. George, because he won that, I think you get like
Oh.
5 years of
Hmm.
just needing to validate. And so I
Okay.
think he's the only person that just needs to validate. Everyone else, like if you were second or third, you still have
Hmm.
to go qualify for a slot now. So she will need a slot. And then but yeah, I think the
Mhm.
expectation is Kat, but this is why we do the race. And I think it's March, and I think that Kat obviously is an athlete who often can race very well throughout the whole year. She went 8:10
Right.
in Texas last year, which was so fast,
Mhm.
and also did so well in Hamburg, and then also did so well in Kona in October. So she is an athlete that usually is very on. I think she struggled a little bit in Marbella at 70.3 Worlds, but at the Ironman distance, she has been doing, so strong in recent years. So I think it'll be fun to see what she did. The course record, I believe, is 8:40, which is held by Chelsea
Oh,
Sodero from
okay.
2024.
Mhm.
And who I think she also has a course run record, which was a 2:59. Oh, 2:49. Sorry, Chelsea. 2:49. So what do you think about the course records? Do you think that's going down?
If Kat has a good day, I think she could take those down, and you're right. I feel like she doesn't ever have a bad day at the Ironman distance. So,
No. The last time was
that's
like
impressive.
maybe Kona 2023, like when it was in Kona 2023. I think she DNF'd that full Ironman, but
Okay.
that was a very rare occasion. She is usually very just she's a very steady racer. I think this race really suits her because it's a wetsuit swim. So the swim is
Okay.
one loop in a lake. I don't think it's terribly cold, Jocelyn. I'm gonna try to swim the course before the race, but also I'm not packing a wetsuit.
Ooh.
I'm
Do
not
you fit
packing it.
but do you fit any of your athletes' wetsuits?
I'm not gonna borrow one of theirs. It's for the race. I just think I have a good. I'm telling myself I have good cold tolerance. It's not gonna be that cold. Maybe again. Famous last words. I've had a lot of famous last words lately. I have this is like a theme of my life at the moment is just like jumping in and finding out the water is a little too cold afterwards.
That just swim harder and you'll warm up.
Exactly. So but I do think the wetsuit changes the dynamic of the swim a little bit.
Mhm.
Did you like prefer a wetsuit swim?
Oh, yes. Because I would take any benefit I could. But yes, definitely the wetsuit is helpful for those that are not the fastest swimmers like you were.
Yeah,
So
but
did
I
you
would say I was a very good wetsuit swimmer. And
okay.
I think that that's like such a strange thing. I don't necessarily love swimming in a wetsuit. I think I feel better not in a wetsuit. But some of
Mhm.
my best swims, like that St. George race, I was first out of
Yeah.
the water by 2 minutes in that race. No one remembers it because we
Ooh.
started with the men. And so, but I was like 2 minute lead. Like that is bigger than Lucy Charles had on me last year. And I'm like,
Oh, this
come
is true.
on,
Mhm.
where's my picture? Where like I'm way ahead and the rest of the field is further back. The reason is because I finished like 19th in that race out of like 20, but still I had a
Still.
2 minute lead coming out of the
Mhm.
water. But or I think about T100 Vegas, another race that didn't necessarily go my way, but my swim was led ahead of Taylor Knibb, Taylor Spivey, Flora Duffy, Julie Duran, who had all
All
just
the
raced in
short course
Paris.
girls.
I'm a
Yeah.
good wetsuit swimmer. But anyway, Kat's a great wetsuit swimmer. If you watch Nice 2024, she was in that lead pack in that swim. And so I feel like I'm excited that the possibility of Kat being up there in the
Mhm.
swim. I think that obviously Rebecca Clark, a lot of films, great swimmers. They are going to be ones to watch. And Jocelyn McCauley can
Yes.
have a
Team Jocelyn.
she's a little up and down on her swim, but I think she often can have a really good swim.
Mhm.
I think she's a pretty good wetsuit swimmer. I feel like she's done some good swims in a wetsuit. And then Hannah Barry, another one that I think flies a little bit under the radar, another Kiwi athlete who has she got fourth in Kona last year. And I think, you know, maybe she's hometown kind of
Hmm.
favorite. I mean, and Rebecca Clark. They have really, really strong
Regan
New
is
Zealand athletes.
Australian. Yeah, they're Southern Hemisphere. Um, I do wonder how much advantage they have not having to travel so far, but I wonder also how far out, like, the Americans are flying to, like, acclimatize to that time change.
I know Tamara Jewett has been there. She raced Challenge Wanaka. I mean, she's not
Mhm.
American, but Canadian, coming from North America. Katie Tresson-Torney, who is a co-host on this show, who is racing as a professional. I believe she's
Woohoo!
flying on the same sort of schedule as me, so she'll be arriving on Tuesday. It's hard. I mean, it's hard because I am someone, when I was racing, I like to go actually not too early, just
Mhm.
because when I feel like the more days I'm away from home, the more money I spend. And then 2, I just have I had a good training setup at home. And so when you go to a new place, you have to figure out
Yeah.
new riding routes, new running routes, new places to swim, the hours of the pool, the hours of the library. You gotta figure out all of that. And it's a lot of work, where the grocery store is, where you can get food. And so it can be beneficial to be in that environment, get on the time schedule, train on the course, but and I imagine New Zealand is the training is probably pretty good, but I found, taking myself out of my life routine wasn't always worth the benefit of getting there early. Were you an athlete that
Yeah.
went to places early?
Um, no, because I was so broke. I mean, okay, except, like, when we were living in Asia for, like, training camps in Asia, it was super easy to then, like, hop over to Ironman Malaysia and Ironman China, and also, like, way cheaper to, like, live in that area. But I do remember my previous coach would say, like, "If you can't get there 3 weeks early, just get there 3 days early."
Okay,
Because
so it just go in hot, like
yeah, because I think it takes, like, 3 weeks to get used to that time change and everything else, so you might as well just, like, go closer to that
mhm.
time and then, like, deal with it.
Yeah. So I think there are different strategies. I feel like I haven't been as on social media as I probably should be, and that's part of my homework over the next few days. But I think people arrive at all different times, and this is
Mhm.
the one thing I think the bigger benefit for the Southern Hemisphere athletes is that they have been training through their summer. And I think
Yeah.
psychologically, I found having the longer days of summer always so much easier for training, even though there's still the same 24 hours in the day, but having more daylight,
More
even if you have
daylight.
good weather, more daylight
Mhm.
makes a difference. And
Yeah.
so, but that was me. I like athletes like Katie don't mind the great indoors, and prefer to train through the winter because I think that they want to do different things during the summer. And so
Oh,
I do think there
true.
are athletes who prefer
Mhm.
having the carrot of a spring Ironman to um get them to stay fit through this winter, give them a goal through the winter and keep training through the winter, and then you kind of keep that fitness going into the summer months. So different
Mhm.
people like different things, and the Ironman calendar feels like it's nearly year round these days. So there is something for everyone, but I would think that that was a bit of an advantage if you were already living there and just your mindset is a little bit more race season, but I don't know, maybe not.
Mhm.
Maybe they think of, as, like, Kona in October as, like, the pinnacle still, and so that is still how they gear their whole year, like, always, they train through their Southern Hemisphere winter into the into Kona and those races.
I'm interested in seeing so we're talking about Challenge Wanaka. Gabby from the USA got 3rd. It was a super close race. I'm gonna put her as my
Yes.
dark horse.
Okay. I think she's a great dark horse choice. She lives in New Zealand, I believe,
Oh,
and so she is American, but she lives in New Zealand,
okay.
and she ran at Purdue, and she raced in Kona last year, and I feel like she is just an athlete who has just, like, steadily progressed
Mhm.
over the last couple years. So I think that's actually, like, an excellent pick. So, okay, wait, have we done our picks? We're still chatting about the course. The bike course has
Oh.
changed. The bike course has changed a little bit. It is a little bit more like the 70.3 Worlds course. When Sam Rothberg was on here, she knew a lot about the course, but I think it has a little bit of elevation, but nothing too crazy. I think it looks like it's pretty scenic, and I think everyone said good things about that 70.3 Worlds course, so
Uh-huh.
but it's 2 loops, and so I think that will make for a good broadcast as well. I think previously the course had been out and back, and so I think having the loop gets you a little more scenery, and then I the run, I believe, is 4 loops, which should be so fun as a spectator. I'm
Oh,
really
and the
excited about
coach,
that.
yeah.
And a
Mhm.
coach, yeah, just not I mean, just being able to see so much. I think that's one of the problems with Kona sometimes as a spectator is you don't know what's happening necessarily, like, when they're out in the Queen K or down in the energy lab. But this race, there's, like, nowhere to hide. You
Are
can
you
see
gonna be
everything.
in neon so that
Oh,
your
yeah.
athletes can recognize you?
Do you right I mean, I'm not wearing neon right, I have neon nails. I did get that ready.
Yes.
But yes, I have all that's why I can't pack a wetsuit. I need to save all the room in my luggage for my neon outfits.
Mhm.
I hope Ironman lets me wear neon. I don't know. Again, I'm like, are they gonna put me in a polo shirt? What do you think?
Oh, wait, do you have the Haley Chura bucket hats?
I think I do. Yes.
Okay, you
So I
gotta
should
pack that
I'll
at
pack a
least
bucket
because they
hat.
can't make you wear, like, an Iron Man hat or whatever. You could at least wear
They
your
probably can. But also these are the problems I'm hoping to have. If I'm just like a behind the scenes person, I'll just be like the behind the scenes person all in neon. And I'll just like you can text me and I'll just
They're
send you
gonna
some
they're gonna
shots
be
from my
like,
phone.
"We can't let you on camera because you're in all neon."
I okay, well, this happened recently because we talked about this. You and I have both
We've
you
been in
filmed an
commercials.
advertisement, right?
Yes.
Yes. So I have filmed an advertisement for I'm a bike crash influencer. I try to encourage people to crash their bikes so they can have surgery with my surgeon. And now I am on local news. I have been recognized twice by people as the woman on TV who had the bike
Ooh.
crash.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, if this is my 30 seconds of fame, so be it. But when I filmed that ad, they were like, we like dark colors, solid colors. And I was like, I think I'm allergic to dark, solid colors. I'm like, no one will know who I am.
Did you
I am
ever
doing this.
wait, did you ever watch Wednesday on Netflix?
Yes.
'Cause there's the joke at the beginning where they say she's, like, allergic to color,
To
right? That's
color.
why
I
she
know. I
has
have
to
the
wear
opposite
black.
problem.
Yes, and then there was, like, the body swap episode with Enid where, like, she wore bright colors and she broke out in a rash. That's you, but opposite.
So there is an actual,
She is
I
actually
was kind of
allergic
making,
to color.
yeah. Okay, so there is an actual thing. I don't mean to make fun of that because I don't. I can. I can wear a dark neutral color, but I didn't. I wore green and I wore a green sweater, and then actually they were like, "This looks great on camera," and I was like, "Okay, thanks." But yeah, if Iron Man says I have to take off the neon, I'll take off the neon. But because I have a lot of neon, but I do think sometimes most of the I I've said, I've heard this before that neon is a neutral, and I mean, I think it can work with everything. But anyway, what was your commercial? What commercial
Oh
were
my
you on?
gosh. I don't even remember what made me, like, remember this, but I think I was, like, only 21 years old, and I had graduated from college, had done my first Ironman, like, my senior year, and then I was, like, living at home for a year. I took a gap year, so I was, like, applying for, like, grad schools, living at home, coaching my high school track team, and I was, like, a member of the Golden Gate Triathlon Club. Um, there was this email that went out. They were looking for extras. To, like, put on their wetsuits and film this commercial for Wachovia Bank, which I don't even know that Wachovia Bank exists anymore, but the the star of the commercial was, like, this 70-something-year-old guy that was a triathlete, and it was something about, like, retirement and whatever product they were selling for retirement plans. But they had a whole bunch of us triathletes, like, go into Ocean Beach, and if you're from San Francisco or know about Ocean Beach, nobody swims at Ocean Beach. There's, like, actually warning signs to not swim there because
Because of
it's, like
sharks?
no, because it's, like, cold and there's riptides,
Oh.
so it's just not safe. So they had us, like, go into the water and pretend we were, like, running out of the water, like we were finishing a triathlon or, like, finishing the swim of a triathlon, and then they thought it was, like, so cool that I was so young, so they had me, like, be right next to the 70-year-old guy, like, on his heels because they were like, "You're 21, he's, like, 70 whatever."
'Cause they're like,
And
you need to start saving for retirement."
exactly. I mean, I
And
wish I
little
had
did they
started when I was
know,
21.
if
So
only I had seen this commercial when I was, I was a
right?
few years younger, maybe it would have influenced me.
But then, I do remember I got paid, like, 3 or $400, eh, for, like, this 2 hours of my life, and I was just like, "I wanna do more commercials, this is amazing." But I think because I wasn't a member of SAG or whatever, like, you could have made more if you were, like, part of that union.
Oh.
But I've never
Oh.
seen the commercial. I've had people say they've seen it, like, some of my those old triathlon teammates I had said, like, they heard someone else saw it, but I've been trying to find it on YouTube, and I have not found it, but this would have been 23 years ago.
You never saw it. I have
I
not
never saw
seen
the
mine in the
commercial.
wild. I haven't watched a lot of local TV, so I haven't seen it in the wild, but my mom is watching for it, so I know that eventually
Mhm.
when she sees it, she'll film it, but I have heard from a few people who have seen me on TV, and yeah, I will say I did really, really appreciate my surgeon. Shout out to Dr. Emily Compton. She did an incredible job, so I'm happy to recommend her services. I don't wish broken hands or wrists on anyone, but if it does happen, it's nice to know a good surgeon.
But also it's 2026. How is this not on their social media?
I think it might be on her website. I could send you a link if you want to watch it, but I think
But you wanna see it in the wild, like, on TV.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Yes.
back to Ironman New Zealand. I as we talk through this, we have some really good runners in this field. I think you
Mhm.
brought up Gabby Lumkus, who ran at Purdue. I think Kat Matthews, obviously. You have Regan Holyoke, who won it last year on the run. She ran down Jocelyn McCauley. I think you have Tamara Jewett, obviously, who ran a
Yes.
2:40 at Ironman Lake Placid, and it would be fun to see what Tamara could do on a flatter course
I
that's
wanna see her rip through the field. Go Tamra.
yeah, so I think that there's just, like, Katie Treston-Torney, great runner. I think, Lotta Vilms ran really well at Ironman Western Australia, and she's over
Mhm.
40. Not that people over 40 can't run well, but
Oh.
this over 40-year-old feels like I'm going really downhill. So, I love the over 40-year-olds who are running really well. Maya Stage Nielsen, who
Mhm.
ran me down in Kona, is racing. And so that I've talked about that run battle with Maya in the final mile and how it was one of the
Yeah.
joys of my career. I and she beat me. She beat me. I don't know if it was as impactful for her, but I think it was one of those moments where I was so thankful that I was still racing in the final
Mhm.
mile of an Ironman. And even though she got the better of me in that moment, it was really, really cool. So I'm excited to see Maya back on a start line. Fenella Langridge returning after she had surgery last year for her artery in her leg, and so
Oh, one
she's
of
coming
those.
back.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
Uh-huh.
Danielle Lewis, great runner. So it'll be fun to see what she can do. And this is, I think, a course that's not super hot. And so maybe we will. I think we could see several women go under, maybe not several. Chelsea's run course
Amazing.
record,
Oh, I saw
2:49. I
Nina
don't know,
Nina
2:49 is pretty
Duran.
fast.
Nina Duran is also on the start list. She trains with my old coach. So,
And
you
Julie
know,
Duran's sister.
sister
Yeah,
of Julie
so
Duran. So we know she's strong. So I'm gonna keep an eye on her as well.
mhm. Okay, so shall we make some picks? Do you wanna make your top 3 and your dark horse? You've kind of alluded to them, but we should
Gosh,
do some, like, official picks.
I know. I feel like I know Kat is gonna do well, but I kind of want in my heart, I want Jocelyn to beat her.
I mean, that's what this show is for. You can,
Exactly. So I'll
it
say
is
Jocelyn McCauley for the win, Kat for second. Man, so many good people. It's hard though, because it's also like, who do I want to really do well? But that's okay. It's okay to be biased.
this is a totally biased show, and I am in my if I get a chance to, at actual like commentary, I will be very I will try my best to be like very unbiased, but I think in this is a podcast. You can be as biased as you want. I
Okay,
think
I'll put
Steph
Nina
Clutterbuck is
Duran
another one
for
who's coming
third.
back, but oh, or Nina Duran. Nina
Yeah, I'll
Duran is
put Nina
third.
Duran for third, and then I'll put Gabby and Katie Tristan Turney as my dark horses.
Great picks. I think those are really good. I'm gonna put I am gonna pick I'm gonna pick Kat Matthews for the win, which I know is not the most exciting, but I
It's
just
okay.
think Kat doesn't show up unless she's ready to throw down.
Mhm.
So I think I'm gonna pick Kat Matthews for the win. I'm gonna pick Hannah Berry for second, and Tamara Jewett running her way into third. So I think, yeah, I see
Mhm.
Tamara on the podium. And then Katie Chesson Torney. It's dark horse. Someone we need to look out for sure.
Yes, we're very biased towards Katie because she is a co-host here,
Yeah.
and
Actually, I know we could have just picked Katie for the win, but I
we
don't
could
want to put
have.
that kind of pressure on Katie.
No, and she's a fellow
It is
mom, and she works full-time as a physician assistant. Katie, I don't see how you do everything. It's incredible. It's really
it is
incredible.
incredible. It is so incredible, but I think the idea again of using triathlon as a way to see different parts of the world
Mhm.
can be very very valuable for some of us like you and me, and so I admire all these women who are lining up, and I'm very excited and honored to get to watch them. There's a lot of women who are making pro debuts, doing their first pro Ironman on this start
Ooh.
list. And so these 21 women are going to be, fierce competitors. And I'm so excited that I get to witness it. So it will be a fun time. And Justin, I'll keep you updated, but it has been fun catching up with you on this evening and chatting a little bit about New
Yes.
Zealand and about our 30 seconds of fame. You had a little
On
bit more fame than me.
commercials. I got paid, but no one's ever seen this commercial.
They have. You looked so they were like, "Wow, this looks like a girl who has really good financial sense." And so they don't picture you on a triathlon podcast. They picture seeing you as the CEO of a bank now.
Well,
So
that's not how things ended up.
it's okay. But cheers again. Thank you for teaching me how to make a Moscow Mule.
Cheers.
And I will chat with you in a couple weeks.
Okay, safe travels, Haley.